Tonight shows what I think some people are only becoming aware of, that this cuts across demographics, race, gender on that platinum belt.
Yes, very much so, Francis. You know, we didn't know that. In the first 2 weeks, we thought it was only black people affected on the mines. And in that period, we were getting SMSs, emails, but very discreetly. People were afraid to come forward. They were afraid to say that white families are also affected in Rustenburg. And we tried for 2 weeks to find out what's going on. We said we can't help you if we don't know who you are and what the problems are. Eventually on Sunday last week, we sent somebody into the town in Rustenburg to try to find people. And when we found the people who were brave enough to come forward, they said, you know what, our children are falling asleep in the class, they're collapsing from hunger, we have no food in our house, we can't pay our bonds, we can't pay our rent, we have no fuel to put in our cars, we can't pay school fees, we can't go to doctors, a whole range of items like that. And they said, you know that 15,000 white mining families are also affected. That was an eye-opener to us. And we said that on Monday, 4 days ago, we said we're coming in to assist. We managed to bring 5 mine families to the mines in Marikana, while in Rustenburg, and there was lots of apprehension. But eventually 100 families came, we gave them assistance, and on Tuesday we went back. We assisted 200 families, where you took footage now, and today we did just over 600 families, but there are many, many more people across demographics, as you mentioned, requiring assistance on the whole platinum belt.
Well, what happens when these food parcels run out? I presume they do.
Well, that's our biggest anxiety from the first day. You know, when we decided not to get involved initially, this started from the 23rd of January, and we were monitoring it all the time. And every time we were hopeful that some kind of solution will be brought about and things will be fine. Because quite a few corporate companies, communications consultants approached us, even people from the mine. And we said, you can't give some people and not give other people. You're talking about 80,000 families, a minimum food parcel, just to last one family for a month, you know, just for them to survive for 30 days. A minimum cost for those 80,000 food parcels is 30 million rand. And there's no way anybody can afford 30 million rand. And then we said, look, let's hope this thing settles down. But on the 18th of May, we got called by the mine workers. They said, we will take whatever we get. We know you can't help everybody. We're asking lots of people. There was desperation in that voice. I didn't have the heart to say no. It was a Sunday. The same afternoon, we sent the trucks into the mines in Rustenburg. And we are ever so grateful that we did that. But yes, to answer your question, we will not be able to sustain this forever. And we're even asking the mine workers, don't use this as an excuse to continue striking. It's not going to work. There has to be some compromise from both sides, from the mine workers and from the employers. They have to find a solution before the gold mines go on strike also. I think there has to be a mining indaba. They have to find a solution very rapidly, and they have to bring this to an end because women and children are suffering. One more point. The workers themselves got a shock. They themselves got a shock when they saw their own families standing in the line. And they asked us, is the hunger so bad? We didn't know.
That's incredible.
And they saw it in the lines and they were shocked.
Finally, that's what I wanted to ask you. Have you noticed that people have become more and more desperate because you hand out food periodically and groups talking about a humanitarian crisis looming, also security concerns? What are you seeing on the ground?
Well, it's getting worse. The first day, as I told you, on Sunday and Monday we went in. But on Tuesday, the real power, the real enormous tragedy came out on that first Tuesday, on the 20th of May. When we started giving out hot meals, and people were really desperate in that queue. They came back and they said, can we eat a second time? Can we eat a third time? And you could see the tears in their eyes. And they said, there's so many behind us who will not get food or in other areas. When we gave them a packet of biscuit, they kissed it. That packet of biscuit was more valuable than all the platinum on the mines. When we gave them a food parcel, they sobbed and they teared because they were so hungry. Today we got a call from another media company. They went to Marikana. And the workers said, we're waiting in queues because we heard gift of the gives is coming. Now, we didn't make an arrangement to go to Marikana today. The information was incorrect, but thousands were already waiting in the line for food because they are so desperate and so hungry. This thing has to be stopped.
It's just heartbreaking.
Because there's no way you can be sustained.
What I want to ask you is, has there been any incidents of violence? I spoke to a colleague of yours, and she said that people are just handling this so well, but when food does run out, do desperate people do desperate things?
Well, that's the normal situation, and desperate people will go crazy. But I must say, the marshals have been very, very good. In the last few days, even London security has helped us. The people themselves are very disciplined, and it's heartbreaking to see. For example, if we say we have family food for 600 families, the number 605, 610, 615 have to watch while the first 600 get, and they don't get. But they don't rush the queue. They just quietly, with a dignity, walk away. And that's the most difficult part to see, that you have to turn people away simply because you don't have enough.
Imtiaz, you say you've already spent over 4 million, so I presume that donors have been extremely generous, and is more money coming in?
Yes, actually by the end of today, after the distribution that you just showed on the screens earlier, we've just passed the 5 million rand mark. And I must say, South Africans have been very generous. There's another strange phenomena. We've been getting donations, I think from South Africans from other parts of the world. You will see a donation from UK, America, France, Germany, and it's all South African names. And it's so I got a feeling that a lot of South Africans who are overseas have seen this, and they're responding to us. And it predominantly is cash coming in, and we are very thankful, because without that support, we never expected to last more than 72 hours.
Incredible solidarity. Thank you for your time. That was Director of Gift of the Givers, Imtiaz Suleiman.